Good evening, everyone. The time is now 6:30 p.m., Monday, August 18th, and I would like to call the Cunningham Township Board meeting to order. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Wu.
Here.
Trustee Evans.
Here.
Trustee Hersey. Trustee Colasetti.
Here.
Trustee Bishop.
Here.
Trustee Wilkin.
Here.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Here.
Chair Williams.
Here.
Supervisor Chenoweth.
Present.
Assessor Owana.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let the record reflect we have a quorum. And the next item is the approval of the minutes from the meeting held May 27, 2025. Are there any corrections to those minutes? All right, seeing none, the minutes will stand approved.
We need a motion.
Oh,
and
make a motion for the minutes to stand approved. I'm sorry. So we need a motion for that.
I'll move approval.
All right.
Second.
Motion made by Mary Alice, seconded by Councilmember Chandra. Any discussion? All right. Board Trustee Chandra. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Wu.
Yes.
Trustee Evans.
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti.
Yes.
Trustee Bishop.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin.
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
All right. Minutes stand approved. Thank you. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda from any board members?
Just a point of process, if we could remove number 8, letter G, about the CDBG funds, because it's not ready yet. We're still waiting for a final from the city, so we'll just bring that back to you next month.
So number 8, what was that?
Letter G, the very last thing on the agenda. Thank you.
All right. With those changes, and do I need to have a motion? All right, we can move on with those changes added. Next, we will move to public participation. If there are any members of the public wishing to speak, you may come to the microphone. You have 5 minutes to speak. All right, seeing none, we will move on. All right, we'll now hear from the committee to verify the bills for town fund and general assistance fund.
Very good evening. I've lost my voice, so I will be limping along the best I can this evening. This last month in the town fund, we had $54,999.26. In expenditures in the general assistance fund, we had $228,021.90. Our total expenditures for the month was $282,121.16. And I just made a note that we had a portal access issue, and so IMRF and FSA aren't included in these items. So we're going to, I would recommend, basically approving these now, and then we will bring an updated list of bills, and you can approve the revised list in July as well as August. I think it's also totally possible for you to defer on the bills, so you can choose which one you would like to take.
All right, well, go ahead. I'm so sorry. Give me the
Trustee.
Trustee, I am so sorry. Trustee Wu.
I had 2 questions. The first one is that, and I apologize if I've asked this before, but there's a lot of references to something at SASS. I was wondering if you could tell me what that acronym stands for.
It's somewhat of an outdated term for a bridge to home family program. So SAS refers to shelter and services. We don't really consider ourselves shelter. We consider ourselves emergency housing. So we've been transitioning away from that, but you may see that used by some staff members.
Okay, and then my second question is, it looks like there's 2 checks that were cut to Beckett Property Trust on the same day for the exact same amount, which is on page 12 of the PDF and page 9 of the bills.
Yes, that's correct. So half of the Beckett lease goes to the general assistance fund and half to
I see. So
the
that's why
town
there's-
fund. We have both offices basically functioning out of that location, so we split it 50/50.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my only request would be to put off approving the bills until we have them more clear. Not clear, rather up to date.
All right. So with that in mind, do I need to make a motion to put off the approval of the bills? And then we just go with approving the town fund?
So, yeah, at this time, we could just make a motion to defer committee to verify bills as a whole to the next meeting of the Township Board.
Okay.
Because this is for the July bills predominantly, correct? Yeah, okay.
All right. So I will make a motion to defer the approval.
It has to be a trustee. I'll make that motion for you.
All right.
Mayor-
I'll second.
All right. Motion made by trustee Quisenberry, seconded by trustee Wu. Any discussion? All right. Clerk, do we need to call roll?
Sure. Trustee Wu?
Thank you.
Yes.
Trustee Evans?
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin? Yes. Trustee Quisenberry?
Yes.
All right. That has been deferred. Thank you all for your patience as well. We will now hear reports of officers. Are there any officer reports at this time?
I will be brief. I just wanted to give an update on the pop-up shelter, which we had talked about at the last meeting. We were able to provide an extended shelter because the heat index kept moving on us. And so we were able to move residents, have them in for a period of time, and then anyone till the 31st, and then anyone who had, we do provide case management as we can during the pop-up shelter, thanks to the HHI grant. And so we were able to route 4 of the residents in that short time frame, which was really about a week and a half, to independent housing and have lease offers for them. And so we kept them in our shelter, our hotel shelter, until we were able to house them permanently. Then I wanted to mention there were a total of about 80 households that we've helped between the different displaced residents. It's quite high number for us in this time frame. We only have about 2 residents left in hotels. Everyone who we kept in hotels after the 2-week stay, they stayed in hotels because they had a clear exit strategy with the lease offer. Sometimes it just takes a while for the landlord to prepare that location, and we don't like to destabilize folks. The other things I would just point out is rental assistance is always at a very high this time of year. So we had 70 applications, up from 60. I just want to say, pre-pandemic, we were at 10 to 12, so I don't think we're ever going back to that time frame. So the CDBG funds will be very helpful for that. And then utility assistance, we had, we've had a very high number throughout the summer because of the heat. With street outreach, we continue to help people with reunification and to connect to services outside of Champaign County as our shelter remains full. And we are at 12, we received 12 referrals for families experiencing homelessness. We do receive those referrals directly during the summer. And we have 11 currently on our wait list for families. The only other thing I wanted to mention, which we met about this morning, is that the Housing Authority has a request for letters of intent. They've set aside in their Move to Work program $1 million to support homeless services. It all has to be spent by the end of the year, and there's no guarantee for renewal. And it cannot be spent on staffing. So we had a good conversation today at United Way about how to thread that needle. This is oftentimes what happens with homeless services and is very much appreciated, but it oftentimes is a lot of money in a very short time frame with very specific constraints. That said, I think they're looking to do this every year. It just takes a while for HUD to approve. They had to wait on their move to work plan to be approved, and there's been delays at the federal level for reasons you may understand. So I think everyone's doing the best that they can. But we will be applying for some additional rapid rehousing dollars and what we're calling rental assistance plus. What that would mean is basically support for literally homeless individuals and families to be able to move into independent housing. And we had really good conversation, and a lot of the community organizations are really looking to Cunningham Township because it's on a reimbursement basis, and many of them don't have the cash flow or the cash on hand. So we're trying to play the role the best we can to support that. And certainly we'll be talking today about the HHI grant, and that grant. Without that grant, I don't know how we would have the staffing support to be able to move on an opportunity like this. So, so that's where we're at, and be happy to answer any questions that folks have.
Trustee Chris?
How sustainable is this money? You're going to do rental assistance with it, and the funding is only for 1 year?
It will be about 3 months. We'll have 3 months to spend the funding. I think there'll be multiple organizations. They were anticipating funding between 3 and 5 organizations for it. It's the way it's not sustainable. What it is one way to think about it, and I've kind of been in air quotes calling this the shelters money, meaning if there's somebody in any shelter with sufficient income to maintain that, they need to move to their independent space. And that will free up space at You at Home, at Strides, at Cunningham Township. Our sponsor-based vouchers closed in March, and we anticipated having 10, and we were able to use 2. We usually use about 1 per month, so we were on track. But because there were so many folks circulating looking for places to stay, and they were just the way they're managing their HUD money, they had too many people out with vouchers. They weren't able to release. HUD was not going to release additional vouchers to our housing authority to release to us. So what they're doing instead is, this funding. So I think it'll be really essential because we will use it to house families who we would otherwise house with sponsor-based vouchers, and we'll help move people out of shelter with income, and hopefully they can maintain. And if they have trouble, there is rental assistance available through our 3E organization consortium. So.
All right, Trustee Grace?
Thanks for all the updates and all the work happening at the township, especially just highlighting the displacement issue. Really appreciate how that's been handled and being proactive with people with such terrible situations that they're facing. And I know it's been really hard for your office and staff as well, and appreciate that. And I guess not so much a question, but just invitation that I think you had mentioned some recommended improvements as far as the city side for prevention and additional kind of enhanced transition services. And just wanted to throw out there that still happy to hear or help with any recommended improvements and see what we can do on the city kind of systemically for instances like this.
Yeah, I feel the system in Urbana has been easier and better than Champaign. I know that Champaign is looking at Urbana as a model right now because I think they've learned a lot from the Champaign Park Apartments. I am meeting with the city of Champaign tomorrow and hoping to open up that door. And we've invited Mayor Williams to join us just to start building that relationship. Ideally, we kind of have similar MOUs between homeless service providers and the cities. And I think there's an interest on all sides to make that happen.
All right, Trustee Chandra?
Danielle, this is not on topic, but kind of on topic. But the community gardens do they run during the summer? Who runs them during the summer when they're like on school property and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the community gardens, most of the gardens are run by individuals who qualify for SNAP or immigrant families. So about, I want to say 50 or so of the gardens run that way, and then about 20 of them are affiliate gardens. And every garden has caretakers, volunteer caretakers. So I know that the school gardens have volunteers who work through the summer, even when the kids aren't in school. And actually, some of those school gardens have just been, they're just great. They've been really successful. I wanted to just share, since you asked, I oftentimes walk through the township garden because it makes me really happy. And I was walking through our Come and Eat garden, and there was a person, a young person who was there who was picking the food, and she shared with me, she's probably 18, 19 years old, and she said, there's no way I would have the money to buy vegetables. Like, me and my housemate come here all the time, and we pick the kale, and we really appreciate it. So I just wanted to share that with the town board.
That's great to hear. That's what I kind of wanted to know. Like, are the gardens being used in the summertime, or
yeah.
when staff isn't in the school building? So good
Yeah,
to
I mean,
hear.
we
Thank
only
you.
have a few school gardens, but I will say, I mean, we've had bumper crops. It's been hot, so you have to make sure you irrigate, but we also have a sun grant to add irrigation, so we've been working on that piece. But we are seeing, I mean, tomatoes love the heat. And we were at the back to school event the other day, and we just had crates and crates of vegetables, and all of the vegetables we had left, including the okra, which is oftentimes hard to get rid of. But there were people who wanted the okra, so we got rid of everything.
Are there any additional questions? All right, thank you for the update. We will move on to unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business to come before? All right, seeing none, we will move on to new business. So under new business, we have several items, including ordinances and resolutions. I guess I have a question. Am I able to consider all of the items together?
I would advise that we take them one at a
Individual?
time. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
What a process.
yes.
With the first two ordinances, just a reminder, each year, what you do is you actually put those budgets on file, and then we have to wait 30 days. The clerk will notice in the paper, and then the actual final votes are scheduled right now for September 22nd. If for some reason we're not able to do it, we have another meeting on the 29th. It does have to be done by the end of September. So the request for today is simply for us to put these on file. So you have a full 30 days to look at them, and the public has a full 30 days to look at them as well. And I'll just mention the first is an amended budget for this last fiscal year that's based on actuals, very reliable numbers. And then the second is the prospective fiscal year budget. And we do anticipate some changes with that because there's a few, like I said, with the Housing Authority, we did not put that grant in our budget, and we think at this point that we should, but we finished this last week, so we'll be making a few changes, and we can get you a revised budget. And you do have copies of the budget in front of you tonight.
All right, so, and clerk, please correct me if wrong. So the first will be a motion to approve putting ordinance number T 2025-08-001 on file for approval within 30 days? Is that how we move with that?
Yeah, so we would entertain a motion to place that ordinance on file for 30 days, and we would still do the second, the vote, just like normal. It's just instead of a motion to approve, it's a motion to place on file.
Look at that. Look at me learning. All right. All right. So I will make a motion to, oh, I am so sorry. All right. Go ahead. I'm trying to just get the wording right. Go for it, girl.
I would move to put on file ordinance number T-025-08-001, an ordinance approving the annual budget and appropriation ordinance fiscal year 2024 to 2025 as amended. I think not as, I just noticed amended, just a little typo there.
Thank you. Second.
All right, motion made by Grace, seconded by Jaya. Any discussion? Mary Alice.
So I just wanted to make a request. Thank you very much. The assessor gave us some additional documents today. And what I liked about this was not only kind of the description, but also the fact that we had the budget fiscal year 2024 included in that. So Danielle, it would be really helpful if we also had the 2024 on this one as well.
Do you mean 2025?
2025, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
And I anticipated this question, but I'm really not sure because you will see a big difference between what was budgeted and what the actual was. It seems like it would make more sense to put actuals next to proposed. Is that what you're looking for rather than what was budgeted? Because we're rebudgeting essentially. You want the rebudget, the amended budget?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that and the updated budget that I can send you.
Thank you.
All right. So now we will move on to Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Wu.
Yes.
Trustee Evans.
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti. Yes. Trustee Bishop.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin.
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, that passes. All right, so now we will move on to ordinance number T 2025-08-002. James?
I'd like to move that we put ordinance number T 2025-08-002, an ordinance approving the annual budget and appropriation ordinance fiscal year 2025 through 2026 on file as required.
Second.
Motion by James, seconded by Chandra. Any discussion? Seeing none, Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Wu.
Yes.
Trustee Evans.
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti. Yes. Trustee Bishop.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin.
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you. All right. We will move on to resolution number T-2025-08-011R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the IDHS Emergency Transitional Housing, ETH, grant for homeless services FY26.
I'll just speak briefly to this. This is our third year of our ETH grant. It is our largest grant at about $530,000 a year. We will be renewing next year, and it supports Bridge to Home Services. It is been a flat grant for 3 years.
Thank you. Chandra?
I'll move resolution number T-2025-08-011R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the IDHS Emergency Transitional Housing, ETH grant for homeless services, FY26.
Second.
Motion made by Chandra, seconded by Mary Ellis. Any discussion? Seeing none, Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Wu.
Yes.
Trustee Evans.
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti. Yes. Trustee Bishop.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin.
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Passes. All right, next, resolution number T 2025-08-012R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the Home Illinois RRH Grant for Homeless Services FY26.
Yeah, so this is a renewal. It's also, we were not funded in the first year. We were funded in the second, and this would be the third year. And then we'll be in the renewal process. We were offered an additional about $100,000 in this grant due to the performance of our program. So we are at about 256 in home RH funds.
Thank you. Mary Alice?
Does that mean that you were at 256 for this year or for last year? I'm sorry, for this year or for the upcoming year?
We were at 256. We were at about 150 last year, and we're at 256 this year, this coming year, the year that we're entering. So we have additional dollars to do rapid rehousing with.
All right, I'm not sure if I'm misreading it. I thought this said 245 in this document.
Oh, sorry, it's 245, 261. I have like back of the napkin numbers in my brain that I operate with. At some point, it was 265 or it was 256. So no, it's 245, 261 as written in the agreement.
All right, thank you.
Grace?
Would move for approval, resolution number T-2025-08-012R, resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the Home Illinois RRH Grant for Homeless Services FY26.
A second.
All right, motion made by Grace, seconded by Jaya. Any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, we call the roll.
Trustee Wu,
Yes.
Trustee Evans,
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti. Yes. Trustee Bishop,
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin,
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Passes. All right, next we have resolution number T-2025-08-013R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG, for homeless services FY26.
This is our Emergency Solutions Grant. It is HUD money that passes through the state. My understanding is that it's secure for this year because it already had passed through. We are seeing an increase from about 74K. I can give you the exact. Was 73,363 up to 125,698. About 81,000 is for street outreach and 39,000 is for rapid rehousing, and then we do have an indirect cost piece that's included as well. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Questions? All right. Jaya?
First, I just want to say I appreciate all the increases. I know it's a lot of work, and I think it's a testament to the work that's happening in the township office. So thank you, and thank you to your team, offices right now.
I'll be passing that along because they work really, really hard.
They do. I think it's important to recognize. And I'm happy to recommend resolution number T-2025-08-013R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the state of Illinois for the Emergency Solutions Grant ESG for homeless services FY26 for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Jaya, seconded by Mary Alice. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, will you call the roll?
Trustee Wu,
Yes.
Trustee Evans,
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti,
Yes.
Trustee Bishop,
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin,
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you.
That passes. All right, last, we have a resolution number T-2025-08-014R, resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with City of Urbana for Housing and Homeless Innovation, HHI, grant for CARES Bridge to Home Services FY26 through FY27. And you?
So this is our Housing and Homeless Innovation Grant from the City of Urbana. It does come from the general fund. We appreciate the City of Urbana's support. And essentially, this allows us to fund our CARES team. It is an 18-month grant. We'll be spending about $120,000 in this fiscal year, as you'll see in the budget, and about half that in the, 80,000 in the second year of the grant.
Thank you, Daniel. Are there any Chandra?
I'll move resolution number T-2025-08-014R, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement with the City of Urbana for Housing and Homeless Innovation, HHI grant for CARES Bridge to Home Services for FY26 through FY27.
Second?
All right, motion made by Chandra, seconded by Grace. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Wu,
Yes.
Trustee Evans,
Yes.
Trustee Colasetti,
Yes.
Trustee Bishop,
Yes.
Trustee Wilkin,
Yes.
Trustee Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That motion passes. All right, seeing as though there's no further business amongst this body, this meeting is adjourned. If we'll take a quick 5-minute break and come back and return to the committee of the whole. Thanks.